Hello, hello. So we're going live right now. Reason why is because this was supposed to be a video because I know a lot of you like videos better. However, just being honest, was having a little issue. I was having some technical difficulties getting it done. So I said, you know what? Let's just go live and do it so that you get the content out. Um, so for the people who like, oh, I can't stand this, I'm so sorry. Bear with me. I'm going to go as quickly as possible through this. So I'm not going to wait for people to come in and everything. We're just going to get started. So I'm starting to go through my collections. And so I'm going to do a balance between notes, and I'm going to do full house collections. So just know they are coming. So today we're going to talk about, it's springtime. I'm feeling spring, even though it was 60 degrees here in Chicago. What was it like in where you were? Leave it in the comments, or if you're live, put it in the note, put it, in the comments, and I'll put it on the screen. But anyway, so it was like 64 degrees here. Now I think it's going to be in the 60s tomorrow, and then of course it'll go back to the 40s because this is Chicago. So we can't get too excited about these days. I I would really like for it to get consistently in the 50s and 60s. That would be nice, but it is March. It's still early. If we could get there by the end of April, I would feel good, right? I would feel good. So we are here. It's about 64. So now, but because it's like, and we've gone into, what is it? Daylight savings time. We sprung ahead on Sunday. And I just want to say this. I want my hour back. I, I need my hour back in the morning. I need that hour of sleep because I don't know about y'all, but I was off today, right? I was off. I was off. I overslept, and this is going to be for at least another week. I would like the hour back. I don't care about it being, I don't care. I just need the hour back. But anyway, so with that, I am feeling spring-like. Even though it's still pretty cold here, even though, it's like 40 some degrees right now, it's going to be in the 30s tonight. I'm still feeling that spring vibe. Like spring is on the way. I've started some of my seeds. Spring is springing over here, even if the weather isn't all the way there. So wanted to start talking about floral fragrances. So we're going to start the notes. We're going to talk about florals a lot right now. And we're going to do Orange Blossom and Neroli together. And the reason why I'm going to do Orange Blossom and Neroli together is because they are the same actual flower. So if you don't know, they come from the bitter orange tree, which is not necessarily edible, but it is used in perfumery. The difference is, I had to look this up, between Orange Blossom and Neroli is the way they extract the oils from it. So Orange Blossom has a alcohol extraction. Let me make sure I say this right. Orange Blossom is used to do an alcohol washing. So they use an alcohol extraction. The Neroli, they do a steam distillation. So they do a steam kind of more essential oil vibe with it. And so because of it, they have different scents. So if you notice, Orange Blossom is sweeter, where Neroli has a more green, more bite to it. It's a little bitter. So that is the difference between them. That is how you get the difference, because it is the exact same thing. It is not the leaves. It is the actual flower. It's just how they extract it from it. And by doing it, they get different components and different scents. So the Orange Blossom, we all know Orange Blossom. It's in a lot of fragrances. It's sweet. It's given that, white floral beauty. And the Neroli is a little sharper. It's a little greener. So some people don't really like Neroli but love Orange Blossom. I have learned to enjoy Neroli. So these fragrances that I have out are all are Orange Blossom and Neroli centered. Now, and the reason why I say that is because Orange Blossom is in a lot of fragrances. Neroli is in a lot of fragrances, but usually they are used in combination with other white florals, or they're used to, like, they are not necessarily the most prominent note. You might not get it to your nose specifically, but it's there. Like, you'll get that orange blossomy sweetness, or you'll get that sharpness from the neroli. They build into a fragrance. These right here are all very neroli and orange blossom centered. So you get a really good blast of them from it. So we're going to start with neroli because I don't have that many, because I am sort of liking neroli more. It's like as you wear fragrances, you start to like things more. So now I'm starting to like neroli. It used to be just too green, too sharp for me. I didn't want it. I like it in a mix. I just didn't want to really smell it. So I have a few of them. Not a lot, not a lot. So we're gonna go through those. And then if you have any Nerolis while I'm going through, go ahead, post them up, and I will put them on the screen. But the first one I'm going to talk about is Neroli Amara by Van Cleef and Arpels. Now, of course, a lot of these things you might not have heard about, because we know how I roll. So we have Neroli Amara. This is part of the collection extraordinaire. Honestly, there was a time when I was going to get rid of this because, like I said, it has a sharpness to it. It has that neroli sharpness. However, I've had it a while. I've had it for quite a few. I've had it for like 3 or 4 years now, and it is now a much the neroli isn't quite as sharp, and the orange blossom in it is coming out a little more, so it is a little sweeter, but it still has that sharpness, that green freshness of neroli, but the orange blossom is coming out just a little more. But this is truly a neroli fragrance, so you really have to like neroli in order to wear something like this. Nerolis tend to be very fresh. They give off a very fresh vibe. So this is a very fresh vibe, but it's a very kind of clean vibe. So like a lot of Nerolis are really clean. And so this one is a very clean, beautiful Neroli. So that's Neroli Amara by Van Cleef and Arpels. I have, okay, now this one. Now this one is super inexpensive. It comes in and out of stock, so I'm just telling you about it. It's so funny because I bought these. Oh, this was during the pandemic purchases. This is during the panorama when I was just buying things willy-nilly. And I purchased this, and this is called Roger and Galette's Neroli Faceti, right? Now, these are like a straight the colognes. These are, real talk, like um if you like Joe Malone, you will want to get these, because these are similar to Joe Malone vibe. They give the Joe Malone vibe, but at a price point that makes sense. And these honestly last a little bit longer than the Joe Malones. But I purchased this, and at first I was just like letting it sit around. I really was like, I don't know, because I wasn't feeling the Rolly. But this is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. It is a neroli, but let me tell you what it has in it. It has that citrusy vibe from a neroli. It is a white floral, but when you have it on, it has this muskiness that's just gorgeous. So it's got this sweet, citrusy vibe, but and you still get the neroli, so you can still feel its presence, but the white florals surrounding it make it so beautiful. But it is perfect for the springtime. It is like perfect just to like throw on. It's really good to layer with things because it has this really white floral base, but doesn't last long, of course, because these are usually like in the $30 range. But baby, they are so good. And then it has the vetiver and it has cedar, so it gets woody on you. Y'all, if you are a neroli lover, you need to try this one. You really do. So that's Neroli Faceti. I think that's what it's called. I'm looking at the ones I have out. I think this is my last straight neroli fragrance. right? This, of course, is Holy Neroli by Montal. Just came out. It's brand new. Everybody's talking about Lucky Candy. I get it. It's a good fragrance. And Lucky Candy is going to be more popular. Holy Neroli is not going to be that popular. However, if you like Neroli, this is a perfect fragrance for you because it starts out with a really strong burst of Neroli. You get that sharpness, you get the green of Neroli. You really do. That's what it starts out with. Now, as it dries down, then the orange blossom comes out. Because of course, a lot of times when you have neroli, you have orange blossom, neroli. They put them together. They're the same thing. This one is very heavy in the neroli, so you have got to enjoy that. However, then once it starts drying down, you get the orange blossom, and it becomes this really quite beautiful fragrance. It is definitely a summertime fragrance, right? Because it has this light airiness to it, and the citrus is very. This is like a very kind of like fairy like neroli vibe because it's very airy and very um, uh, ethereal kind of vibe to it. So this is Holy Neroli by Montal. And I have to say, this is one of the bottles that I like because I really do like the design. And I think that Montal needs to start doing this on all their bottles because these bottles are butt ugly. So they need to make them look somewhat cute. And so by at least doing this, it makes it look a little better. So that's Holy Neroli from Montal. All right, next up, let's see what we have. We're going to hit Orange Blossom. Now, of course, a lot of these do have neroli in them, but they really are orange blossom fragrances. Whew, okay. We are going to start out with my. If you have been around, you are not going to be surprised when you see this. You are not going to be surprised. This is Fleurs d'Oranger by Serge Lutens. This is one of my favorite fragrances. It is got, what does it have? Cumin in it. So it is just this powerful, powerful orange blossom, but it does have this cumin that gives it this quite interesting spiciness. Now, that is not for everybody, but I'm telling you that this is one of the most stunning orange flowers around. It smells so beautiful on your skin. It lasts all day. It is just a head turner. I love this fragrance. Absolutely love Fleurs d'Oranger. And if you've been around, you know that I do love Fleurs d'Oranger. I do. Now, if you have any orange blossoms that you love, any nerolis, put it in the comments so I can see it. Because right now I'm not seeing any chat. So I'm just going to say that. So hopefully nothing's going on with the chat. Because sometimes, you know, stuff be going on with these things. So that's, of course, my very first. Love, 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 love. All right. Okay, so next up on here, we're going to have, you ready? We're going to go with this. Oh, I know everybody's just listening. So then the next one we're going to have is this one right here. And this is a classic, right? This is a classic one. And this is Houben's Oranges en Fleur. Oranges en Fleur. So now, this is, let me get you all when this was born, when it was raised up out of here. So this is a little bit younger Houben, but it is very classic French perfumery. It is giving you orange blossom, tuberose. It's giving you all the white florals, but it is very heavy on the orange blossom. And then as it dries down, it gets a little musky. It is a classic orange blossom fragrance. If you are looking for a classic orange blossom fragrance and you like that vibe, this is a perfect classic orange blossom. It is going to give you that sweetness from the orange blossom. It's going to give you the rest of the white florals like jasmine and tuberose, and it's just going to be a stunning vibe to wear. So that is oranges and floor. Man, I have got to clean off my desk. This is sad and pathetic. Okay, then we have this. I want to see. I'm trying to go in a direction for y'all. All right, so another one that's been around, but this is one of course, the most affordables that we are going to talk about today. Matter of fact, this is probably the most affordable one here. And this is White Diamonds in Rouge by Elizabeth Taylor. Now, I want to thank y'all for telling me I needed her because she is so stunning. She is stunning. Now, for me, I always have problems with um, getting the Elizabeth Taylors because of, I always equate them with the original White Diamonds. So it was for a long time I wouldn't buy them, which was the old lady fragrances when I was a kid. But this is a beautiful floral, and it does have it has a really strong orange blossom presence. This now I think that these are EDTs, but they actually last pretty long. And of course, you can respray because the thing is only about $20, so you can always respray these. But it is a stunning floral, and it definitely has a strong orange blossom presence in it. So this is White Diamonds in Rouge. If you I'm gonna go with these last. All right. If you like Love Don't Be Shy, but it's a little sweet for you. To be honest, I had Love Don't Be Shy. I did sell it. I decluttered it for this one because Love Don't Be Shy was a little too heavy on the marshmallow. It was a little too sweet and heavy for me. This is called by Nobile 1942. This is Perdition. This is very similar to Love Don't Be Shy, but it leans more on the orange blossom side. So you get that kind of marshmallowy vibe from it, but it does lean more on the orange blossom side. So if you would like something that's similar, but that's just a little too much, or you don't want to spend as much money, you want to get Perdition, but you have to want that more orange blossomy vibe as opposed to the marshmallow side of it. But I like this better, mainly because it's not quite as sweet. And if you know me, I don't like them that sweet. I don't like them that sweet. Now, this one right here is, of course, from one of my favorite houses. It's very inexpensive, and people really don't talk about it. But this is La Maison de la Vanille, and this is Artie Positano. This is Vanille Fleur d'Oranger. This smells like an orange creamsicle. It smells like an orange creamsicle. If you want to smell like an orange creamsicle, you need this. It smells like an orange creamsicle. And the best way to get these is get the tester bottles, because those are the more inexpensive ones. So these are all EDTs. They don't necessarily last that long. I'll be honest with you. I'm a overspraying hoe, so they actually last pretty long on me. I think people who put on these in their EDTs or whatever, and they go, "Oh, they don't last that long." That's because they spray them like 5 or 6 times. Spray some shit 20 times, and it's pretty much gonna last on you. You're gonna get some longevity on them. I'm just saying, when you spray enough, saturate your skin and your clothes, and you're gonna be smelling that stuff most of the day. Most of the day. I'm just saying. People be like, "Oh my God, it doesn't last." But you know how I feel about that anyway. If you've been around, because I am over the longevity conversation. I am over, unless the shit disappears within an hour on your skin. Enjoy it and spray it again. We buy all these fragrances, yet we don't want to spray them. It's a bizarre little merry-go-round people are on to me, because everybody wants it to they want to complain about having too much fragrances, but they don't want to spray it. Now, this one is super hard to find. Not even gonna lie to y'all, this is kind of hard to find. However, it is so sexy and so good. Rarely comes, I have not seen this in a few years now. This is Roberto Cavalli's Deep Desire. This is a super sexy orange blossom. It has got this super richness. There's a little bit of pink pepper and it has like a chocolatey vibe to it because it has cacao in it. So it has this like chocolatey orange blossom. It is so rich and deep and sexy. If you see this fragrance, because I rarely see it online. I rarely see it. It came in and out. Because when did this come out? This came out in 2019. So I picked it up in 2020. I saw the notes. I saw it on Fragrantica. I was like, "Ooh, cute." I saw it on FragranceNet. I bought it. It disappeared. I've seen it only come up maybe once or twice since then, and it's gone again. So if you see this at a good price, I would suggest, and you like a rich, sexy orange blossom, you want this. Think it's not the same vibe, but think Girl of Now sexy orange blossom. But this is more of a little spicy orange blossom with a chocolatey nuance to it. Y'all. So many people slept on Deep Desire. Too many people slept on it. It is so good. It is so good. It is so good. Oh, yes, it is good. I'm just here to tell y'all it is. Now this is a newer one in my collection. This is Gisada's Ambassadora. Now this is a fruity white floral. It has it has like blueberries and orange on the top. So it has this juicy blueberry kind of vibe. And as it dries down, you get the white florals, and it's jasmine and orange blossom. And the orange blossom does really shine in here, but it is definitely a white floral. And as it dries down, you still get that juiciness. You still get a hint of blueberry, but the white florals, that orange blossom is killing. Killing. I think this is still available. You can sometimes find it. This is L'Entre D Mellissima. This is one of the ones that they've come out with over the time, over time. Every year they come out with a new version of L'Entre D. And this was the Mellissima version. This is the orange blossom version. This is, now, I'll be honest with you, it is giving the L'Entre D DNA, but instead of being tuberose, it's orange blossom. So if you like the L'Entre D DNA, but you want a little twist to it, you want this one because it is very heavy on the orange blossom. It is really pretty. It like, if you like L'Entre D, it's got that sexiness. It has all of the bells and whistles, but it's just an orange blossom vibe. Then we have Nudus Veritas by Atelier des Ors. And I don't know, I'm conflicted about the gold flecks, because sometimes I like them and then sometimes I believe like no. But in the bottle it looks really cute. But like, I don't always know if I want it, right? But what this is a white floral side of orange blossom. It's but what it has osmanthus, it has orange blossom, and it has honey in it, right? Doesn't this have honey in it? No. It has osmanthus, it has tiare flower, it has orange blossom. So it's just a really pretty fragrance for the summertime. Now, to be honest, if you are somebody who's looking for something, oh, it's still cold here, but I'm pulling it out. But so this one is definitely a summertime vibe, because this is a very, even though it's got a lot of white florals, which white florals can be very stunning and deep and heavy, this is a lighter version of it. It has a little osmanthus in it, so it has an apricot vibe, but it's definitely an orange blossom. You definitely get the orange blossom in it. And now I will be honest with this. This does not have a long, for get this on a discount because the longevity ain't there. But I love the smell of it. Like on me, it doesn't last as long as it doesn't really last that long, but I will overspray it and it lasts longer. But if you're looking for something that's going to give you 8 hours, no, you might get 6 if you're lucky. Just expect 4. Just expect 4. So that's Nudus Veritas. Did I do this one? All right, so these last two I'm going to do are three. Are a little, two of them are definitely different. And then this is for my boy, JC. And this is No Ordinary Love. And of course, if you all know, Kai fragrances are, based on they are, his inspirations R&B songs. No Ordinary Love, of course, is classic Sade. So this is No Ordinary Love, and this is a beautiful orange blossom with neroli. Mhm. The neroli is a little sharp in here when you begin with, but as it dries down, you really start getting the orange blossom. This one has mandarin orange, tangerine, orange blossom, and neroli, a little ylang ylang, and a musk. So as it dries down, it gets musky, but it definitely has this really citrusy, juicy, um, orangey orange blossom with that bite of neroli. It is really pretty for the summertime. I did give it a tad bit of wear last summer, so this is No Ordinary Love. Now these two are, the last one is definitely my most interesting one. This is Oud Save the Queen by Atkinson. Now this is more of a cold weather, like you can wear this orange blossom now, because it is a tea based. It is an Earl Grey tea based fragrance. So this is more, now this isn't like green tea or white teas or oolong cha, which are very bright and very citrusy and very they're more summertime vibes, right? Spring, warm weather. Oud Save the Queen is definitely a fall, early spring, wintertime vibe, because it's a much heavier vibe. But you get the tea and you get this beautiful orange blossom. This was something I've been wearing this year. I don't know, you can't even tell how much is in here, but it's like a really good orange blossom tea vibe. So yeah, it's Earl Grey tea, so it's spicy and it's got cloves, and then it's got orange blossom. So it really does smell like a really good tea over the summer. Like a really good wintertime tea with orange. That orange blossom is giving it some cloves, and then the Earl Grey tea. So it's a darker, richer tea than a lot of tea-based fragrances. A lot of tea-based fragrances are a little lighter. This is definitely a heavier one for you. Now, this last one is from one of my favorite weird houses. Love them, love them, love them. And this is truly not talked about because, people just don't talk about the. So this is Histoire de Parfum, and this is Autre Cuidant right there. So that's the name of it. It's one of the black bottles. There's two of them that I have. I think there's another one, but I only own two. Now this is very warm and spicy. It has notes of, on the beginning it has pineapple, and the pineapple smells like a stewed pineapple. So this is a more cooked pineapple because it has cardamom and saffron in it. But as it dries down, you get the orange blossom. So the orange blossom kind of like does its thing with the pineapple and the spices. And this is a really sexy fragrance, very unisex, really not talked about at all. But it is a really stunning, just in your face. This is one of the few pineapples I like. Because it has like the stewed pineapple vibe. I don't like, I'm just being honest, I don't like the Kajal Lamar pineapple vibe. Something about that just doesn't sit well with me. Seems a tad more just manly, if I must say it. It seems a little more manly. But this is very unisex, very sexy for anyone. But it's one of those fragrances that you really have to be into, like things like leather. You have to be into like a really rich, deep, dark, black bottled fragrance. So this is Autre Cuidant by Histoire de Parfum. All right, so that is all of the Nerolis and Orange Blossom fragrances I have. to share. Now, of course, there's many other fragrances with orange blossom and many different ones with neroli, but these are the ones that really feature those fragrances, those notes in the fragrance where you can really feel them and they get that pop from them. All right, so that is everything I have. I'm going to get off of here because I wanted to keep this one short and sweet because this was supposed to be a video. 30 minutes in, I have done it, y'all. Thank you all, as always, my whole squad, for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope if you've seen some that you want to try, make sure when I end this, you put it in the comments. And put in the comments any new orange blossom or neroli fragrances I need to try. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, as always. You all have a great night. It's now 10 o'clock. Time for bed.